we eat, sleep, and breathe this. And I want to open today by saying that this comes from a place of love and support. Our entire program for what we call nutrition is holistic based, which we'll talk about. There's no judgment here. You don't have to run from me in the grocery store. I am only here because I want you to have support in challenging your busy life. And I want you to feel that you're being heard and that you have somebody to turn to. So my name is Matt Callie. Most of you guys met me when I got here. So thank you for inviting me in. I know time is precious. I'm going to move through this rather quickly today for you so that we get through it all. Slow me down if you need to. This normally takes an hour. I'm going to do it in 30 minutes. And then you guys will have full access to myself, Coach Lisa, in the app for any questions, because I do not want you scratching your head if I blew through this and you were even more confused than when we started. Cool? That being said, we believe that fitness should be fun, nutrition should be simple. When you think of nutrition and you think of it being complicated, what comes to mind? Anything? Gary? Calories. For me, it's weighing and measuring, counting calories, macros. Anything else? Complicated. What's complicated about nutrition? Weighing stuff. Yeah. How about all the crazy diets that there are? From keto to Atkins to Mediterranean to South Beach, and the list goes on. Low carb, no carb, high fat, no fat. We're so confused with social media presence, all the things that you should be doing. And the reality is there's no one size fits all. So let's find what fits for you. And that's why I'm here today. As I mentioned, we use a holistic approach. When we say nutrition, we mean support systems. Who are you surrounding yourself with? You guys right here in this room. What are your sleep habits? What's your stress look like? And how are you managing it? Or are you? Or even aware that it could play an impact? What are you putting in the hole under your nose? Nutrition is absolutely a piece of it. And then how are you moving your body? Or are you moving your body? Because all of those things play an equal role in our health, not just exercise, not just nutrition. You could be eating all of the right things, but if you're not sleeping, you're not repairing. You could be crushing yourself in the gym to run away from the stress in your life, and you're just building cortisol, one workout at a time. There's got to be a better way. My objective here today is to give you that better way, to make this simple, to make you engaged in it, and to hold you accountable to it. I also want to make sure you understand the tools that we're giving you. As we mentioned, you're going to get access to the Healthy Steps Nutrition app. I'm going to explain to you what that looks like since you don't have it in front of you right now. Some of you guys were just signing up today. That's cool. We're going to answer all of that. We did our assessment. Thank you for letting me bring the InBody. It's the first time she took a trip outside the gym. It went really great. You guys have numbers. They're not good or bad. They are just a trend to track. Just know that, okay? So that we can determine in 6 weeks, are you doing the things and are they working, or do we need to pivot? Setting SMART goals. How many of you guys, girls, came in here today with a goal that you're really looking to achieve, or you just came because she dragged you? Right? If you haven't thought about that, I'm going to encourage you to do that. We're going to, when we open up the challenge group in the app, give you guys all a 6-week playbook to look at. And in that, it's going to have you fill out a goal-setting sheet. I suggest you do that on pen and paper because writing it down makes it real. I'm going to ask you to share it in the group chat because telling somebody else holds you accountable. Whether you do that or you don't, that's entirely up to you. But if you have a goal and you really want to achieve it, do the things. Write it down, say it out loud, tell somebody, and let us hold you accountable to it. They've got to be smart, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Tell your students that. Maybe you have kids that you're telling that to. But are you doing it? Are you holding yourself to that? So what does it even mean? What's a specific goal? Does anyone have one?
Well, it could be like 5 pounds.
I want to lose 5 pounds. Is I want to lose 5 pounds specific? It's pretty specific. I want to lose 5 pounds. When? It's measurable because it's 5 pounds. It's achievable, but well, how long is it going to take you to lose 5 pounds?
No idea.
Does anyone remember? I told somebody this. I don't know if she's here right now. It could have been Kat. How long does it take to lose 5 pounds? Anybody?
6 weeks.
I said 4 to 6 weeks. I maybe had that conversation with you. 4 to 6 weeks. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we tell people stepping into this program, 5 pounds is the average on a month. But you have to look at that over the months. You can't just look at that on a weekly basis. So saying, I want to lose weight, not specific. It's just saying I want to do it, right? So make it as specific as possible. Make it measurable. Put a number to it. Make it achievable. Saying I want to lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks, that's not achievable. I'm telling you that right now. It can be done. It's not sustainable. I can cut my arm off and lose 10 pounds. It's great. I just lost 10 pounds. Doesn't do me any good without my arm. Realistic and then timely. Put a time goal to it. We're going to keep this very, very basic. Through the next 6 weeks, we're going to be talking about sleep, nutrition, stress management, and movement on a day-to-day basis. The basics work. Somebody said it, I know what to do, I'm just not doing it. Correct. So let's not overcomplicate it with weighing and measuring and following some ridiculous diet because somebody told me it works for them. These are the things. 4 pillars. These are going to be built out in the app every single week. Every single day. We're asking for 7+ hours of sleep. How often are you getting it? I'm not saying you have to, but how often are you? Or are you ever? Yeah. Nutrition. There'll be a different nutrition goal every single week that we stack. Like week 1, 2 cups of veggies with lunch. Week 2, 2 cups of veggies with lunch and 2 cups of veggies with dinner. In week 3, we stack from there. Protein, water, all of the things. Stress management. Are you doing 10 plus minutes of stress management on a daily basis or not at all? Or sometimes. We're going to talk about all of those breakdowns and what that means in a little bit. Here's where it's simple. Add more whole foods into your diet. Every single time I put this screen up, somebody says, what if I can't get that far because the grocery store is too far away? The Whole Foods grocery store. This is not the Whole Foods grocery store. What is a whole food? That's a question. Fruits, vegetables, great answer. Is that it?
Not processed?
Love that answer, not processed. What it isn't, processed, right? Yeah, for sure. But even fruits and vegetables may have some processing because if I get a package of broccoli that's in a saran wrap that came on a tray, there was some processing there. Ultra processed is what you mean, I think. Ultra processed means went through a lot more of a processing like Skittles or chicken nuggets from McDonald's rather than just grilled chicken. Or Cheetos. The way I explain it to my 7-year-old, I explained Whole Foods to my 7-year-old. I started teaching her this when she was 5. If it was living and breathing and grew from the earth and needed life to live. So plants need sunlight and water. Animals need food, whether it be plant-based or whether it be, and fish need food, they need water. So if it was living, breathing, grew from the earth, it's a whole food. I said, Skittles, is that a whole food? She's like, no, I don't know where that came from. That didn't come off the vine. It came from the plant. Plate method. This is probably the easiest way to think about nutrition, and I encourage you, if you've never seen this before, to try this over the next 6 weeks. Right? The plate method means half your plate of non-starchy cruciferous vegetables, a quarter of your plate starchy vegetables, or just your starchy things, your breads, your rices, your pastas, a quarter of your plate protein. And then we say 2 thumbs of fat. That's usually the things that we cook in. The big 3 that I like, coconut oil, olive oil, and avocado oil. But that's not exhaustive. There's more than that. So usually plant-based oils are preferred for healthy fat sources. Fat is brain food. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Number 2, focus on balance, protein, fats, and carbs. Have you ever heard of eat a balanced diet? What does that mean? It means every time you sit down to have a snack, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or a meal, there should be a protein, there should be a version of carbohydrate, and there should be a fat there. To keep it simple, 30% protein, 30% carbohydrate, 40% fat, give or take. It could be 40, 40, 20. There's room for changing that. But there should be balance of all 3 of those macronutrients every time you're sitting to eat. Why? Because it creates balance. Are grapes a whole food? They're nutritious? Sure, what are they made up of? Sugar. If I just have grapes, is that a balanced snack? How can I balance it? Nuts. Perfect. What are nuts? How does that balance it? Fat and protein. Yeah, absolutely. It can be simple, but here's the deal. If I just have grapes, which I did for a long time because they're delicious, I call it nature's candy, my blood sugar actually spikes after just having grapes higher than it would if I had nuts with it for the protein and fat balance. And even more so, if I ate the nuts before the grapes, that would even make a greater impact. So just something as small as the order in which I'm eating and making sure it's balanced can make a giant impact. I'm talking 30% of an impact on my overall insulin response, which leads to diabetes. So you can just change the order in how you're eating and just add something to what you're eating, and you don't have to change everything. You can balance Cheetos with beef jerky. There's strategies to this. All right? I live in the real world too. Okay? Protein, what's our proteins? There will be an exhaustive list. I'm not going to go through all of these. This will be in your playbook. Print it, put it on your fridge so that you have all of these resources. Green means go, eat more of. Yellow means moderation, and red means limit. Only reason is these are lower in fat, these have a little bit more fat, and these are higher in fat, like bacon and chicken wings. I believe bacon is a basic food group. Don't get me wrong, okay? But again, in moderation. 1 piece of bacon instead of 4 pieces of bacon, and maybe not every day, because there's more caloric density on this end than there is on this end due to the fat content in these proteins. Carbs, good or bad?
Good.
Good. Why?
Need it for energy.
Need it for energy. Absolutely. It's how my body gets functioning at a higher level. It's how my body repairs tissue post-workout along with protein. So if we limit carbs, we're limiting how much energy we have. But we want to choose the right carbs. The green ones are low glycemic. What does glycemic mean, or what does low glycemic mean? Less impactful on my insulin response, meaning less sugar. You could also reword that as higher in fiber. What is fiber good for? Digestion, filling you up, digestion, gut health. If you've ever heard of restoring your gut health, huge for hormone balance. Getting more fiber in your diet is right here. This is where you do that. Great for refueling your body with prebiotics, which are needed to balance the gut flora, the little bacteria in your gut that break things down. Bacteria is good if we balance it. This is where you would do that. These just tend to be higher in sugars, your corns, your rices, your rice flours. It's not that you should never have them, but if that's your only source of carbohydrate, can you blend some of this with it? These are all of your non-starchy carbs here. This is your super low in sugar, super high in fiber. So essentially eat as much as you want, or at least this is where we fill up half of our plate. That's our idea. So go for it right here. Go green. And on this list, you'll see some surprising things like tomato. Sometimes people think of tomato. Tomato's a fruit. If you look at the breakdown, it's actually super nutritious because of the amount of fiber in it. So use the tools. Use those worksheets, which you'll have in your app when we get you in there. Healthy fats. This is a non-exhaustive list. Like I said, some of my favorites, coconut oil, avocado oil. I like those two. They cook at high heat really, really well. Then olive oil makes for good dressings and some lower heat cooking because it doesn't turn as rancid when it really gets hot. But all of these things are available to you. And if you use our website, you can find really healthy recipes, and you'll be getting really healthy recipes from the registered dietitians at Healthy Steps Nutrition inside of the app. So let me also stop there and say, you'll be getting contact from us as your coaches through messages on a day-to-day basis, and you'll be getting messages from our friends down in Florida at Healthy Steps Nutrition. Some of them are automated. They're going to come off sounding like they're not us. They're not us, but they're great tools to call mindfulness, to bring recipes for cooking differently, thinking differently, sleeping better, and finding better support systems. And then more importantly, the why behind how those things impact your health. Before I move to this one, what is fat primarily good for? I said protein and carbs were great for building muscle. What is fat primarily good for? Anybody know? Healthy fats? Brain function. Brain function. Omega-3 fats are super important for brain function. What is on it at an all-time high for health-related diseases right now? Poor brain function, Alzheimer's, dementia. Maybe you know somebody with it. The human body is there The brain is not. It's a really dark place. So protecting that, doing something, having those healthy fats in your diet ahead of time, setting you up for future success. Conversely, having high amounts of added sugar and, like you said, ultra-processed foods does the reverse of that. Sets you up for future disease.
So do you recommend like a supplement for the healthy fats, like the omega-3s?
That's a great question. There's certainly a time and a place. There is no supplement for just a healthy, balanced diet. So yes, if all of the things, the foundations are there, and you're sleeping 7+ hours, and you're getting 10 minutes of stress management most days, and you're getting adequate protein like we talked about, 2 fistfuls, if all of those things are in place, those come first, then we can talk about, do you need an omega-3 fish oil? Do you need, I supplement with fish oil and cod liver to be specific, and tuna, kind of alternate, and beef liver. But do you need to start that right now? Maybe it's just balancing the Cheetos. And I don't mean to keep picking on you. You shared that, so I'm going to go after it, right? It's, should I take the latest and greatest supplement when they're drinking whiskey and smoking on a cigarette? Like, well, maybe you don't need to start that. Let's just maybe not smoke a whole pack and cut to a half. And maybe not whiskey every night, right? So there's things that we need to look at, and that's a case-by-case basis. But great question. HSM principle number 3, limit amount of added sugar you consume daily. We're just in abundance consuming sugar. Do you guys know where most sugar comes from? And I don't mean where it comes from, but where we consume it from. I'm going to say that, yeah, thank you. I was going to say food or drinks, right? Drinks, normally. But it's everywhere in our food, and if you're not reading nutrition labels, they had to actually add how many grams of added sugar because it was getting out of hand. So when you see carbohydrates, it's going to say fiber, sugar. That's a natural sugar. Below that, it's going to say additional sugar. That means sugar that they added to it to make you want more of it, which, again, leads to higher insulin responses and the rise of diabetes that we're seeing. And they do it to kids. I was giving my daughter Stonyfield organic yogurt. There was like some dancing spinach dude on the label. And I'm like, it's probably nutritious. After 3 years, I read it. And I was like, she probably doesn't need 6 grams of added sugar every single morning. Can I do something better? And we found a better option. Challenge pillar, like I said, there's going to be 4 challenge pillars: sleep, movement, stress management, nutrition. There's also a 5th one. The 5th one is watch the educational video. You'll go in and watch the video, and then you'll click the habit. And the reason that's important, I'll explain later, but your habits tally up for who's in the lead. And you don't have to be in the lead. That doesn't make you better than anybody else. It just makes you the overachiever for yourself, and you get the pat on the back. But everybody gets entered in to win prizes that do better than 3 habits a day. So as long as you're doing some of the things, we reward you with getting you entered in to win prizes. We have 6 prizes, 6 weeks. There's a prize every single week. There's like 7 of us, so your odds of winning something pretty cool are pretty high. It's like, I don't know, my math's not great, but 91%. Not a stats guy.
But can you win the prize every week?
Normally we don't allow people to win twice because we want to spread the wealth. All right, so I'll say that now.
And you want your colleagues to like it.
But you know what, Gary? You can stay in the lead and feel good about that. So yes, check off the educational video after you watch it. That's an added habit. So there's 5 habits per day. Sleep, 7+ hours. All I mean by that is, did you give yourself 7+ hours as an opportunity? Did you close your eyes and be on your pillow with 7 hours before you needed to wake? Then you get to check the habit. If you woke up in the middle of the night, you had to pee 3 times, your kids woke you up, like the dog woke you up, whatever it is, it still counts as your 7 hours as long as your intention was there and you go back to bed when you can. If you wake up and you go like ride the Peloton or go for a walk, like 4 hours into your sleep, that doesn't count. But give yourself the effort of 7 hours and we count it as a habit. Does that make sense? Is that fair? Why is that important? Why is sleep important? Have you ever gone without sleep for a long period of time? Delusional? Yeah. Yeah, we have 2 kids, and both of them were tough sleepers, and you feel some kind of way. How long can you live without sleep?
I don't think you can.
You can't. For like 3 days, maybe. There was probably some freak stories of somebody going but eventually you shut down and you go to sleep. Your body's natural defense mechanism to keep you alive. brain health revolves on sleep. But most of us are going to sleep like it's an accident. Oh, I guess I'm tired now, so I'll go to bed. I mean, I'm guilty. Work late into the night. 11 o'clock, the kids are in bed at 8, I'm working till 11. Did I need to do that? No. Am I more mindful of it now? Yeah, because that work's still going to be there tomorrow, right? So being mindful of having healthier habits is all we're asking for. Maybe it's 30 minutes ahead of bedtime than you were before. That's a win for you, because those 30 minutes add up at the end of a year on a large scale. Repairing from workouts, repairing from stress, all the things. If you're sleeping, you're not eating or overeating or eating out of boredom, sometimes just go to bed, right? If you find yourself late night snacking. Box breathing is a great tool for that. All that means is breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds. Breathing.
Is it okay to hold for 2 at the bottom instead of 4?
If you get lightheaded or you get out of breath, it's 2 in, 2 over, 2 down, 2 out. In, hold, out, hold, and just controlling your breath. It's like counting sheep. If you count the seconds, it has the same impact on your brain and can sort of, if you're thinking about counting, you can't be thinking about other things. So it's a way to disalarm your body, calm you down before bed. That can also be used for stress management too. When you those emails come in and work's getting, just stop and breathe for a moment. They have the Breathe app now. You can set a timer on your phone. It's a real thing, and it makes a giant difference. And if you've never tried it, this could be your opportunity. If you just sat and breathed, took deep breaths for 10 minutes, that would count as your 10 plus minutes of stress management. Why is that important? Why should we worry about managing our stress?
Does exercise count as stress management?
It does, but it also counts as exercise. So my encouragement to you is don't count it twice,
Okay.
right? Do something other than that.
Did you get that, Gary?
Read a book.
Read a book.
Practice.
Yeah, and not something smutty, because that checks heart rate out. I'm kidding. Read whatever you want. Read whatever you want. Count it.
Gary doesn't want to read books.
Take a bubble bath. Getting a massage. Yoga. If I'm a high-intensity junkie. If I do a yoga class because I need to unwind, that would count. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? So,
I do, yeah.
you light a candle. Sit in quiet. Whatever that is for you. It could be walking in nature, especially if you're like me, that adrenaline junkie. Walk in nature. That's your stress management. I'm cool with that. Why? Why is it important? It helps us lower our cortisol levels, which helps us burn fat and balance our hormones better. Problem is most people use exercise as a stress release, so I'm going all day long, stressed out, the kids, and then my job, and then I come in and I crush a CrossFit workout, and then I go back to my desk, and I'm just constantly under stress. That's not serving me, because I never get to repair from that. And then I wonder why my back squat's not going up and my Fran time's getting worse and worse as I get older. Well, if I don't give myself an opportunity to repair, I'm going to suffer rather than grow performance-wise. So it's important to take a step back and look at how frequently that's happening. Exercise. 30 minutes or more on a daily basis, something outside of your normal. If you're a gardener and you're always in the garden, don't count that as your exercise. That's activity for you, which is good. If you walk every single day for 30 minutes, you can count that as exercise, but I encourage you to do something that's not an activity. An activity is something that you do routinely. There's a difference, right? People that tell me, I work construction. Yeah, I get that. That's a routine for you, but you may need something more for exercise. And whether or not it's just intense stretching for that person that I'm speaking of, that's their exercise for the day. So find what it is that you need for 30 minutes, and know you don't have to join a gym. It doesn't have to be in a gym. It can be at home. It can be outside in nature. It can be at the park with the kids because you took them and went and worked with them instead of sat and read a book while they were exercising on the playground. So this week will look like this starting on Monday. You're going to have one habit that says attend the challenge kickoff seminar. I'm going to set that up for today. Go back to today and check that habit. That gets you one habit. You're going to want to check that, Gary.
I already did.
You made her put you in already. Eat 1+ cup of non-starchy veggies with lunch and dinner. Right? So that's all we're asking for you to do is when you get in there on Monday, and you'll be able to look at it as soon as, hopefully you'll be in there by Friday. So that's my aim, is to get everything set up so that you can spend Saturday and Sunday figuring out what your week needs to look like. Yeah, soft start, exactly.
You can't have a soft start though for 6 full weeks.
That's pretty good. Watch today's educational video. I told you, watch the video, but then go back and check the habit that says, I watched the video. It's just a small glitch in the system for how the points lead into the leaderboard, so just check the habit. Don't just watch the video because it won't tell me that you did. 30 plus minutes of movement, walk, run, bike, take a class. Come see us at the gym. Somebody asked me about that. Me and you? Yeah, I'm going to try to get you guys some gym access. If I did get you gym access, who would actually come down? Even if it was once a week or once in 6 weeks. Would you guys think about it? I would love that. All right. All right, cool. So that'll be worth it. So I'm going to try to get you guys some gym access before the end of the weekend. I'll let you know what that looks like. Some of you guys already downloaded the Push Press app. That's where you would log in and sign up for classes. But we have just a ton of options, and it's a really unique footprint. And I'll say this. I was telling Lisa, because it took me 40 minutes to get here, I know why she makes the drive. We'll make it worth it every single time. 10 minutes of stress management, like I said. That could be a massage, that could be yoga, that could be just sitting with a candle on. Whatever you consider relaxing, that's where I need you. 7+ hours of sleep doesn't mean unbroken, just means you gave yourself the opportunity. You'll see bonuses in there. You're going to have mini challenges as well. Be on the lookout for those in the group chat. Like, I think one of them, the first one is clean out your pantry and take a picture of it. Do that. And when you show a picture of your pantry and then you show a picture of your pantry, this becomes this steamroll effect of like, shit, I got to go clean out my pantry now because everyone else is doing it. I'll say this too. It doesn't make you a bad person if you're not doing that. That may not be where you need to start. And so just because somebody else is finding success in doing that, and this goes for social media, just because somebody else is having great success and wants to tell you about it, don't make that make you feel like less of a person. That may not be what your needs are. Right? So if this happens all the time, if you friend me on Facebook, I will gladly friend you. My wife and I put our weekly food prep. It is way too much for somebody just starting out to ever even fathom. And people get so beat up by it, and they're like, oh my God, I could never do that. 7 meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a family of 4. Yeah, I couldn't have done that in your shoes either. And I don't expect you to. And you should never let that make you feel worse about yourself for not doing it. But what you should do is, if you want that in your life, ask some questions. How did you get there? Take one thing from it and use it today, right? And so do that in the group chat. If everyone else is food prepping and everyone else is doing things and you're not, you're still a good person. What is your attempt today to meet where you are to take a step forward? Non-scale victories, I like more than scale victories. We did the in-body, cool. We're going to look at that again in 6 weeks because it's really cool when results happen, but they don't always happen on a scale where we can see them. Feeling better, more energy. You can't even put a price tag on that. Like if you had 10% more energy tomorrow and felt 10% better, and you felt 10% better every year for the next 30 years, what would you be left with as a compounding interest? It'd be amazing. Versus the only guarantee that you get is you're going to get 10% worse if you just sit and rot and do nothing to improve it, because that's the guarantee we get in the aging process. Increased confidence, just feeling good about yourself. Everyone, that's why I do this. This isn't because I want to judge people for falling short. I want you to feel your best. We get one life to live. I had cancer at 16 years old. I know what it's like to realize this could be the end. It was stage 3. And everyone should be living their best life, and we're selling ourselves so short. Better sleep. Decreased inches, cool. Increased strength, like all of a sudden you're feeling stronger because you're eating more protein and you're riding your horse longer. I'm going to give you a good one on this one. You're riding your horse longer and you're just kicking butt in the saddle, literally. And then you go to the doctor. And the doctor says to you 6 weeks from now, 3 months from now, because you kept the habits rolling, what the hell have you been doing? Your A1C is down. Your blood pressure is down. You're talking about getting off any meds you might be on. Like that's literally reversing chronic disease in the aging process, and it's the habits that we have on a daily basis which make the biggest impact. Improved relationships. When you're at your best, do you think you show up better for your loved ones? For your students, for your coworkers? They deserve you there. Here's the app. This is what it looks like. You'll click these habits, click the attend kickoff, and so you do that right in the app. Down here, this is important. This is the private chat. You'll see where it says Nutrition plus CrossFit 696. That's where you're talking to your coach. The group chat will be right here. We're going to have North Middlesex Regional School District And that's where you talk to everybody. So if you have a private, personal question, you ask it here. If you want to ask me, hey, how much protein should I get? Or, hey, can we get to the gym during these 6 weeks? You ask it here so everyone can learn. Okay? If you're like, hey, I haven't stopped pooping myself since I started eating those 2 cups of broccoli, I'm not sure if this is normal, you ask it there. And don't be afraid to ask it. That's why we're here.
Those buttons are awful close to each other.
There aren't.
Like, I think he sent that to the wrong chat.
There are no dumb questions. Ask them. That's what you're paying for. It's what you've committed to. Lean into us. The leaderboard will be here. That will show Gary that he's first. So if you want to see Gary at the top, it never fails. Somebody's always like, how come they have more points than me? There's not that many points. Don't panic. Everyone that gets more than 3 points on a daily basis is getting entered in to win. So don't worry if somebody has more points than you. I mean that. It doesn't make them like doing better than you. Okay? I said it.
How's that app different than, so the,
CrossFit 6961.
yes.
Yes, that CrossFit 6961 will only come in handy when you want to come to the gym and work out. It's the software that we use to get you into our system, but then we have to put you into our other system. Now, here's the thing. People are like, oh man, another app, seriously? This app, our Healthy Steps Nutrition app, which you're going to get access to. When are we going to?
All have access to, Robin. The only one that you don't, just because you don't have initially signed up yet, but everyone got a new
It's the.
email from Healthy Steps Nutrition today.
Yeah, it should say HSN.
So check your spam, check your, particularly with North Middlesex, if you have North Middlesex, it might go to spam. So just check. I literally just sent it like a half hour ago.
A half hour ago?
Yeah, so you should have, it went right to whatever email you provided. So it sent you an invitation to download the app.
Yep, I found it.
Cool. That's where you're going to track your daily habits. This is what it looks like. You would just click complete right there. It's going to give you a thumbs up. On the educational video, weird, it asks you to rate it. And it gives you this little sliding scale of like fire to like this was easy for me. Everything's fire, so just move it over to fire. Okay? We do fire here.
I never put file.
All right, I always put fire.
Never.
So you can put whatever you want. All right, all that is the app was like built for working out, not just for nutrition. So they wanted you to rate to your coach, how hard was this workout for you? All right, so how hard was it for you to watch the video?
Right, so like cycling, like these are my habits, so you'll have something similar. So I'm gonna click here, it's gonna say complete.
Normally I would pull her phone up on the screen and do it right on the screen as a walkthrough.
And then that's right, but it is like the video is gonna ask you like to rate. I'm gonna watch it, then it's gonna ask me to rate it or start now, save it. It's like, oh, how difficult was this workout? It's not a workout, it's just that I'm just gonna put fire like that. It says I can hit done.
Question?
Yahoo, keep it up, you did a great job.
Healthy Steps Nutrition?
Yeah. Is it the phone number or is it to enter?
Oh, that, Lisa, can you help Gary? That might be your own password. Yeah, he's having a password issue with that app. You guys are in the school system. Where do the best students in the room sit?
In the front,
And what do they do during classes?
they listen.
And what else do they do? Engage. Ask questions. It's not rocket science. So if you get into the app and you're constantly being engaged, asking questions, putting emojis next to other people that are spitting fire because they're posting what they're excited about for the day. Like, it's a no-brainer that will lead you to greater success. Conversely, never opening the app, not making the change in that simple habit is the first step to not making more changes in other habits. Right? Doesn't mean you won't. It just means you're less likely. Right? I was a smart kid. I never really sat in the front. Doesn't mean I didn't succeed. But if I could do it again, I would. Engage in the group. Share pictures and recipes in the group. Tell us what's going on in your life so we can meet you there. And we can celebrate with you. We love celebrating. It's what we do best. If you want to win prizes, Gary asked the question. He said, can I win more than one prize? The answer now that I'm reading this is yes. Yes, you can if you're the only one talking to me in the group and no one else is engaging. But as long as you are engaging in the group, we will continue to make you eligible. Right? So
And it's just us.
Yeah.
Like, the room's
That's the
open.
beautiful part of this. This is such an,
No one else will see it, like, it's just us, and this is like a fun, and we're all up here.
such an intimate group. This is organic, and as I said, it comes from a place of love and support, not judgment. Right? If you need some support to the side because you're just not jiving with something or something to private message, that was that one down here, private message that, and we'll help you. Let us know what's going on. No, you don't have to weigh and measure food. We said that already. Do I have to eat starchy carbs? We did say carbs are good for energy. Do you have to, or aren't carbs bad for you? You should eat a balanced diet. We're always going to go back to that, right? And here's what I'll say. If you're not eating any carbs and like you're living your best life and your body fat is where you want it and you're stronger than you've ever been, I'm not trying to fix something that isn't broken. So continue on. But if you're not happy with where you are, I was talking about this with somebody else, that person that undereats all the time but isn't at a successful weight, but then they do lose 10 pounds and then they gain 14 of them back, don't keep doing the same thing that's not working, trying to tell me why it'll work this time, right? Try something new. I was that guy that when Atkins came out, I didn't eat a single carb. I lost 20 pounds. I was 194 pounds at this size off chemotherapy. I was the fat twin. I have a twin brother. He's always been more muscular than me, but at that point, he went in one direction. I got sick. I went in a very different direction. Being the fat twin, being heavy, I was like, I got to do something. Got on the Atkins diet, lost 20 pounds. I also know exactly what PMS feels like. You couldn't talk to me. I was irritable. I didn't want to be around you, but I was losing weight. It was great. No, I was not happy. Can I eat a sandwich? Only on Saturdays if you're Lisa. You can eat a sandwich. Here's the deal with that question. Make it balanced. Make sure that there's a protein, a fat, and a carbohydrate, whether it's roasted turkey with a little bit of olive oil, and then if you could fit it into a plate method, how would it fit? Can you get extra vegetables on it? Half your plate of non-starchy veggies, right? It all fits. So sure, have the sandwich. Get as many veggies as you can, put as much lean protein as you can, and enjoy. Vegetables on the side counts too. Rather than chips, get the pickle, right? I saw these over there. The RX bar is under the Oreo. I'm not lying, okay? Make the healthy choice, the easy choice. Put the Oreo under the RX bar. Make yourself have to dig for it. Little things like that go a long way.
Even the Oreos for them.
Sabotage. No, when you're reading anything that's in a package, things you should be looking for are like reading the ingredients list. If you can't pronounce it or you don't recognize it, it's probably not a whole food. When you read this, this is literally it. 3 egg whites, 6 almonds, 4 cashews, 2 dates, and no bullshit. When you read other things, like the Oreo package, there's a lot of things I can't really say and pronounce. There's probably a lot of added sugar, more processed, less valuable.
So those bars are good.
The RX bar is, those are just one. Lara bar is another one. We make our own at home so we can control exactly what's in it. But again, I'm at that stage of my life. I started with RX bars. They're delicious.
Matt, can you speak a little bit about, I don't know if you can, like sugars, added sugars versus added sugar alcohols? They're not, they're fairly similar.
Yeah.
In terms of breaking them down. So if it says no sugar, but it's no added sugar, but it does say sugar alcohols, it's still.
Sorbitol, erythritol.
It still has sugar.
Yeah. Again, we were duped into thinking we just had to read the nutrition facts. Oh, this has no fat, or oh, this is low in carbs. But oh, this is really low in quality when I look at the actual ingredients. When you start seeing things with like XYL, xylitol, sorbitol, things that you don't really know what that is, ask yourself more questions. If I don't really know what that is that the most nutritious option for me? And it's really that simple. It doesn't mean don't have it, but is that your planned meal for the week every day? Because if it is, can you do better than that? And if you don't know how to do better than that, what should you do? Ask. Hey, I always eat this same thing every single day. Is there a better version? Boom, we can help you really, really quick. And your entire life can change based on the one thing you've been doing every single day that we just made it better. Right? Any other questions on that? Lisa, did that answer your question? The way the body absorbs it, the insulin response to it is It's kind of like an unknown, because if I were a glucose monitor and I monitored myself after having something with high blood sugar, it may not have, not high blood sugar, sugar alcohols, it may not have the same response on my blood sugar as it may on hers. But that goes for any food. So there's some unknown things there to how your body's going to respond to it. Anything you want to add to that?
No, I just, again, it's like, with regards to breaking down, it just breaks down different. Again, you're right, like that.
And I know with me, when I have erythritol, like I feel bloated and I get wicked gassy. So that's my body telling me that like I have a response to this food. If I like being bloated and gassy, great. That's a good thing. I'll keep doing it. I don't like it, so I don't do it. I don't love veggies. What do I do? What do you do? Who loves veggies? Do you? Good for you guys. I don't necessarily love them. I hide them in things. I hide veggies in my burgers, in my meatloaf, in meatballs, in just about anything and everything. Sauces. If I'm going to have pasta, like we do a lot of brown rice pasta from time to time, and I'll hide all of my non-favorite veggies in that and enjoy it. So hide them in things. Try cooking them differently. It took me 7 times, probably more than that, of preparing beets. I signed up for a farm share. They kept sending me beets, and I'm like, no more freaking beets. I don't know what to do with these. And I found this recipe because I went on Google and I looked at, sliced them, didn't even peel them, and coconut oil and salt. Loved them. They were like beet chips. But if I didn't keep on trying, because I didn't keep on getting them, I would not have known that. So just because you didn't like it the first time, or you didn't like it when you were a kid, try it a different way. Air fry, blend it into things, and then ask in the app, hey, I really want to like Brussels sprouts. The family likes them. I hate them. What can I do with them? We'll share some ideas. Can I still eat my favorite foods? I didn't tell you that there's nothing you can't eat. You can eat whatever you want. But what are the 3 things you should focus on? Plate method, which means balance. That's rule number 2. I almost held my middle finger up at you because it was in the... Rule number 2. Yeah, balance. Is there protein, fat, and carb at the meal? So if I'm going to have the Oreos, there's no protein in it. Can I at least find a protein to have with it? Right? I'm going to make an effort, whether it's beef jerky or whatever it is. Maybe it's nuts.
So peanut butter Oreos are fine.
I like what you did there.
That's real peanut butter.
Yeah, right. Is it real peanut butter? Right? I read Jif and then I read Teddy's, and I was like, these don't even, there's 9 ingredients. If you put the fork in and you can still see the fork mark a month later, I don't have to tell you. Right? But it's your choice. I'm not telling you not to eat it. Just be mindful of the choice you're making. And then if you want change, how can I make a better choice? So yes, you can eat whatever you want. Balance it. First rule was whole foods.
I'm like, I didn't write anything down.
Yeah, whole foods. Prioritize whole foods. If all of your meals are peanut butter Oreos and that's your balance, you hadn't have a single whole food. So how often are you getting whole foods? Yeah, write that one down. Prioritize it. Balanced meals and snacks. Am I eating my grapes with something that's also has a fat and a protein that's a whole food, like nuts, like Gary said? And then limit processed sugar and ultra-processed foods. That's the only thing that you should avoid, but I didn't say don't have it.
What about,
But
I'm going to ask a question.
do it.
Ask it.
Drinking?
There it is.
Alcohol.
What a shocker. What a shocker.
We all knew where you were going.
I'm glad you brought it. I'm glad you brought it up. Okay?
Her favorite quote is, I'm not drinking this week, and then Monday, oh.
Yeah.
It's my job. It's killing me.
It's these people.
Right. So
Yeah.
great. Alcohol is the 4th macronutrient. I'm glad you brought it up. It's a true story. Proteins, fats, and carbs. Alcohol is the 4th macronutrient, but here's the truth to it. It's the only macronutrient that we don't need to live. We don't need it, but it is a macronutrient. Yeah, I know. Yes.
So, like, as far as alcohol goes,
Yeah.
there's a difference between a vodka soda and a beer.
Sure. What's the difference?
Calories, sugar.
How many overall calories are in it? How much sugar was in it? Yeah.
There's something healthier than vodka. Is tequila more healthy? Because I've heard there's
If you want to get nerdy, tequila is the most natural plant-based version of alcohol. okay?
Write that one down.
I am not condoning
Tequila and
tequila.
lime. There you go.
Right? My wife has a nutrition client, and she swore the only thing, she's like, don't take my wine from me. And she said, that's fine. I respect that. However, if you're asking for change, we need to have some change. And could you find a wine with no sugar? She did. Loves it. Changed her life.
Wow.
Don't not have the wine. Find a better version. Right? So vodka and cranberry juice with 44 grams of added sugar is much different than vodka and seltzer, just because of the mix that we used.
So seltzer, flavored seltzer, that's
Yeah,
not
great
that-
question.
them artificial sugars or.
Yeah. All it is natural flavors usually and carbonated water, right?
Okay.
Gary, this is a good place for your question about what water is.
I'll go, and then I'm gonna,
Yeah.
Does seltzer count as water?
With seltzer, no. Seltzer does not count as water. Two things. There's a difference in acidity of it. I want you to ask that in the group because I asked the Healthy Steps nutrition dietitians this and then I got a great response and I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it's not the same as water. It should not be replaced as water. It doesn't make it good or bad, but I know people that drink like 9 seltzers a day and 0 water. Can you do half of that? Or can you have, 6 and 3? Just start to take steps in the right direction. Yes, and then the other thing about that is that I always like to throw out is when it says natural flavors, does that really tell you what it is?
No.
No. Like, so if it was like lemon juice, you would have just put lemon juice.
Right.
But you put natural flavors. Why? Because the FDA doesn't have to regulate what that is. It said it was natural flavors. Beaver urine, natural flavor. Makes you think, doesn't it?
It does.
Does. Totally a natural flavor.
Yeah.
So, in moderation is how I would tell you to do that, and not in replace of just water.
Okay.
Water.
you add things to water. Does that change the fact that it's water that you're drinking?
What are you adding to water? Because things is a big matzo ball there.
Hydration packet or something.
Natural.
Okay. Natural, like, so beaver urine.
If you put a lemon in there, it's water.
You should get plain seltzer water, add your own flavor to it, and then you don't have to worry about if it was beaver urine or not.
So will that
Alright,
be
so-
considered water?
Still no, because it's still carbonated. And that carbonation, I'm going to ask it in the app because I'm going to go back and read my email. There's something in that CO2 carbonation process that changes the hydration capacity of it. So it's not ideal.
And coffee's not water, even though.
Coffee is not water. Though it should be a macronutrient, it's not.
Okay.
Doesn't mean don't have it, right?
Right. Okay.
But how are you having it?
Black coffee?
Are you having it with a bunch of added sugar and a bunch of added cream? Or even crazier, like read what's in Coffee Mate.
Yeah.
Have you ever? It's terrifying. Not a single pronounceable thing. The first one is hydrogenated soybean corn oil. Really? Yeah.
So-
And it is, and again, I'm not judging anybody that's doing that. What I'm asking you to do is read the label and realize that you're making that decision. If you love it, love it. I have an aunt who does that was doing that every single day, and all she ever complained about was her inflammation and joint pain. I was like, if you took that away, some of that inflammation might go because we know those are highly inflammatory things. All right, well, do you want to live in pain? Do I want my stomach to feel bloated and gassy, or do I want to go without that? We owe it to ourselves.
And I don't mean to keep extending this, but is like Mio, I'm assuming that's not good for you.
I don't know the ingredients in it, to be honest with you. Like I do know the ingredients of like LMNT. There's a couple of other ones. I don't know what's in Mio. Is there added sugars in it? Right? At this point, I hope I've educated you to read it. If you can't pronounce the chemicals that are in it, and that doesn't go for all things because like potassium sorbate, like there's some electrolytes that have weird names.
Okay.
Put it in the group chat. Hey, here's my Mio. What do you guys think? And let's open up that conversation. And I can do a little nerdy research on it.
Right.
Because there's certain things I don't know off the top of my head. And yeah, there's a time and a place for electrolytes. Does everybody need them? No. If I told somebody with a heart condition they need more salt in their diet, they should be having LMNT, I could kill them. But somebody that's needing that, I could save them. We're almost there, guys. How can I take advantage of health insurance? This is the important one. Get your money back. Are we all on the same health plan?
anyone that takes it is.
Anyone that takes it is. So if you, no, I don't care what health plan that you're on, you should always call the customer support number and say, it's an 800 number right on your card. What do you offer for fitness? And what do you offer for weight loss reimbursements? My Blue Cross Blue Shield gives me $300 for fitness, which I get every year per family, $300 for weight loss, which I've went to war with them to make sure they covered our program because it's better than Weight Watchers in my opinion, because Weight Watchers says you can eat whatever you want as long as it fits in their point system.
So Charlene, I have, if you're a preferred blue PPO, it's a $300 deductible for a gym membership, and then there's
If
weight loss reimbursement, it's $150, and then, yeah, it's there's a $300 gym membership reimbursement, and there's also a $150,
I'll get you both.
yeah.
All you have to do is come to the gym at least one time, and you will get a receipt when you leave that says you paid me $300, even though you didn't. You paid $249. I'll then give you a receipt that says you paid me $249, and you get $150 back for nutrition. You're gonna make out off this deal. I'll go to war with an insurance company because I'll tell you, they say they're gonna give it to you, and then you submit for it, and they're like, no, we're not actually gonna give that to you. They're gonna give it to you. I'll make sure of it. So
They do pretty good, like,
the weight loss one was a nightmare for me. And I believe so passionately in the organicness of it was 6 hours of my life. But I fought so that when I stand in front of you guys, I can tell you with full, we're gonna get it.
They'll cover a GLP-1, but, which is thousands and thousands of dollars.
That's my point.
From my understanding, it's not gonna cover, GLP-1 won't be covered shortly under Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Yeah, it'll all be in what the doctor says for
The
no.
doctor will say you
It'll all be in what the doctor says for no. What happens after the challenge? Somebody asked me that. Oh, she's not here. Kat asked me that. What happens after the challenge? We do this in individualized coaching. After the challenge, if you're like, man, this was really cool, I want more of this, you can work with a coach, whether it's me, whether it's her, whether it's somebody from my team. We have 11 of us as nutrition coaches. We keep you going in the app. We hold you accountable to personal habits. That's the difference between individual and this group challenge is, what are you needing? Hey, I found out in this challenge that like getting enough protein is really hard for me, right? We may not have a protein specific goal, but you will, and we can work together on what that looks like. We dive into how much are you getting right now? We do a recall and figure out, I'm only at 60 grams. How much do you need? Let's just throw out a number. You should be at 120. Okay, how are we gonna get you to 100 by next week? And this is exactly what that looks like. We build your grocery shopping list with you. We send you to the store at the specified time you said. We make it very linear path to where there's no excuses for you not to do the thing. And then we check up with you and say, did you do the thing? And we high five when it happened. And if it didn't, we find out why and we pivot. Because life happens. It's the only guarantee we get. The other avenue of this is ongoing coaching, which ongoing coaching would be we keep the group environment going. We can, if a good group of you wants to stay involved in this, we keep one group habit going. Each month we change it. You'll keep getting follow-ups with your coach in the group chat where you can ask questions, talk to each other, share ideas, and it just keeps the camaraderie alive. So there's multiple ways we can continue going after the challenge. Win prizes. You're gonna have to beat Gary. How do you do that? Complete weekly goals. Lisa, what did you get for prizes? I don't want to skip over that.
I have a mindfulness gift basket. I also have a hydration gift basket, and then I have like a protein meal prepping kind of gift basket, and then I also have mini petty.
Yeah. If any of you guys have affiliations with any local businesses, whether it be a restaurant, whether it be a nail tech, I'm happy to pitch to them what we're doing here with you guys and see if they want to donate. A lot of businesses are happy to do that. I would love it for it to be like someone that is around here rather than, hey, I'm going to give you free personal training, which we can add in too. I'm happy to do that. I don't know if that serves you or not. We do virtual stuff. Maybe you're into that.
Yeah, there's a couple other places that I was going to reach out further, but I just want to make sure that they're closer to here and where everyone's from.
As long as you're doing these things, completing the weekly goals, every week there'll be a different goal. You'll see that in the app. Self-assessment, fill out your self-assessment. And again, I'm going to ask you to share what your goals were. If you share that with me, I'll be more than happy. If it's personal to you, you can share it just privately and where I showed you that private chat is. So you don't have to tell me exactly what your SMART goal is, but you should have one. That will help you stay on task. I just skipped over that. Why would that help you stay on task? Why would having a goal help you stay on task?
You know what you're working towards.
Yeah. Most importantly is not what you're working toward in the ultimate success, but why you're working toward it. Why does it even matter to you? People say to me all the time, I want to lose weight. Why?
Because nothing tastes as good as skinny fails. I'm sorry.
And all you're saying is, I want to feel freaking confident. Normally that's, I want to actually go clothes shopping again and enjoy the experience because I don't right now. And I don't look in the mirror. And I want to. And I want to start looking at the pictures that people take of me and depreciating it. That's a pretty freaking deep why. But just saying I want to lose weight is not enough to get you there. Understanding the experience of what you want to have in your life is a deeper emotional response when it comes to, do I choose the Oreo or do I reach down deeper for the RX bar? I'm attached to it. And then is it present to me? If it's that pair of jeans you want to get back into, put it out where you can see it. Send pictures in the group chat, like I said, share recipes in the group chat, give an emoji reaction to other people. Like even if you don't want to say anything, just a high five, a smiley face, they go a long way. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me into your world, into your life, your place of business, but now into your personal life. This is the most, we say this is the other 23 hours of the day outside of the gym, and they make a bigger impact than what people do with us inside of the gym. So this is where we do our best work. So thank you. Yeah. We're just getting started. Who's excited? Yeah. Excellent. I don't want to keep you guys any longer. If anyone wants to stay and ask questions, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I got 2 kids waiting for me at home. I'm not in a rush. Trust me.
Thank you very much. Appreciate
Thank you. You guys are awesome. You guys are all super, super great to meet, and I'm looking forward to 6 more weeks together.